everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. I'm sorry if things look kind of weird. It's because I have a green screen behind me and I kind of have to sit close to it, so it would look better if there was more space between me and the green screen, but I can't do anything about that right now, so bear with me. I just wanted to give y'all a Halloween kind of spooky background since this is a Halloween vlogoween video. So what I have here is a list of, I think it's 12 movies. I wanted it to be 10, but there were a few of these. I couldn't narrow it down to 10. These are my must-watch Halloween movies, like the things I have to watch at Halloween time, no matter how many times I've seen them. And a lot of these I watch several times throughout the year, and then I watch a lot more during the month of October, you know, spooky season or whatever, but it's always spooky season here. I wish it was always spooky season weather here, but you know, it's Florida. So these are in no particular order because I can't order them except for my number one favorite one. So I'll try to wait for that one to be last. If you know me, if you watch any of my videos, you probably already know what it's going to be. So the first one I have is Friday the 13th. Not the remake with Jared Padalecki that I completely denied the existence of. I completely forgot about its existence one day when Eric was talking about it. I was like, they didn't remake Friday the 13th. And he's like, they didn't? And I had to look it up. I'm like, oh my God, they did. And I saw it and I still denied its existence. So, and it wasn't even that I hated it or anything. It was just, it didn't leave an impression. So I watched it again because Jared Padalecki's in it. So, you know, even when it's bad, it's pretty good with him. Okay, so Friday the 13th, love that movie, and I love how people act like it's the appearance of Jason as the killer, and it just isn't, and it cracks me up. It gives me kind of that arrogant, uppity horror fan satisfaction. I am not an uppity horror fan, but still, it does that. Or when I go like through Spirit Halloween and someone's looking at a Jason mask, and they're like, oh, look, it's Michael Myers. Or they look at a Michael Myers mask, and oh, it's Jason. It just makes me so mad. Like, respect the genre. Respect the genre. Okay, so next is Halloween H2O. I love that movie. I know people were pretty critical of it, but I loved it. I loved it. I thought it had some great scares in it, and it's just a fun watch. I really like that one. It came out in 1998. I think I went to the theater to see it while I was pregnant, and, you know, so Marshall got exposed to all of that before he was even born. And next, From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino and Salma Hayek in her sexiest role. I love that movie. It's so ridiculous, so over the top, but it's so fun to watch. Harvey Keitel is great. Juliette Lewis is great. It's just a really super duper fun, violent, bloody, disgusting Robert Rodriguez film. Next is Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp, Christopher Walken, Christine Ricci. That's another fun movie. You know, Tim Burton always does a great job, and Johnny Depp, just his character was perfect. He looked great in it. He was perfect in this role. But I think Johnny Depp is perfect in every role he plays because he throws himself into it. Boo, Amber Heard. Next is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original from the 1970s. My very first date was going to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was released in like 1985, just for a limited time, just, you know, for its 10th birthday or something like that. I don't remember what the reason was. And so my mom let me go with my special friend, but my brother came with us. But I still consider it our first date, and it was fun, you know. And that's all me and him ever did, was get together and watch horror movies. We never even touched each other, and you know. But it turns out he's gay now, and he's in a wonderful relationship and happy, and I think that's great. Okay, so that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Next is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Again, not the remake, even though a lot of people hated the remake. I love the remake. I think Jackie Earle Haley is a great Freddy Krueger, but Nightmare on Elm Street 1984, it was so scary. I saw that in the theater with my dad. I mean, no, at the drive-in, what my dad picked me up, and I've told this story on this channel before. He picked me up, my parents were divorced, and me, him, and my brother went to see it, but it was a double feature, and the first movie was The Evil Dead, which isn't on my list, but it should be. We're just gonna throw that, we're gonna make this 13. We're gonna make this lucky 13. So A Nightmare on Elm Street was on after The Evil Dead, and while we were watching The Evil Dead, we realized there's a movie on in the little TV in Nancy's room, and she's got The Evil Dead on that TV, which is weird because it didn't look like she had it hooked up to cable or anything, and they would have never shown a movie like that on regular TV. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's a must-see for the Halloween season. And I didn't write it down, but I'm gonna also have to throw in The Evil Dead, which is, that is an amazing movie. It's so bad. The acting is so bad, but they worked so hard on it. And it's so great. That's another must-see. There's something about movies that are completely low budget, and just because you can tell the people who are watching this movie were loving it. I mean, not watching it, making this movie, were loving it. At least I can tell. And maybe that's just because I know it, because I know that because I saw Bruce Campbell recently talk about it. But if you haven't seen that video, I'll try to remember to link that down below. So, all right. So Nightmare on Elm Street, The Evil Dead. And plus The Evil Dead was scary. It scared the bananas out of me when I was 14. Ow! Just poked myself when I was 14 years old. Next on my list is It, Chapter 1 and 2. Now, this is the remake, the one made recently. I'm not going to say it's a remake because this one was the one released to theaters. Not the one with Tim Curry, although I think Tim Curry is an excellent Pennywise. Bill Skarsgård was scarier. And this movie is, to me, is so scary. And I know that's another one a lot of people don't like, but boo, I love it. The first one and the second one, Chapter 1 and 2. And if purity is so important to you, you know, go for the one with Tim Curry, who, and again, Tim Curry is great in everything he's in, including It as Pennywise, but the rest of the cast, I don't know, it didn't work for me. It didn't fit. And next on my list is The Conjurin. That movie is so scary. It's so scary. That whole universe of films, they got it figured out. They know how to scare people. Is Insidious in that same universe? I don't think it is, but that one's really scary too. That's not on my list, but that one's really scary too. But The Conjurin is so just creepy. The lead up, the things that happen up until the big reveal or whatever, it's so scary. So scary. It just creeps me out. The clapping game, oh wow. That I had a coworker once, I showed her that scene. She wouldn't go watch scary movies, but I would show her scenes from it, and she'd like that, but, you know, but she couldn't take it all at once. Too much evil. But I would go up behind her when the office would be really quiet or something. I'd go up behind her and just would scare her. She'd jump out of her skin, and it was awesome. And next is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Now, I didn't like this movie at first. I was let down because it wasn't Michael-centric. And, you know, I love my Michael Myers. I really do. But it grew on me. It grew on me. And I like how in I think it was for this last Halloween movie, or maybe it was for Halloween Kills, where it's his mask and also Jamie Lee Curtis, but as a mask. And then just underneath it, if I can find it, I'll put it right here or somewhere. Just underneath it, you can see the 3 masks from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So I don't know if that's an Easter egg or whatever, but it doesn't seem like anyone else noticed it, but I did. So yeah, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And next, this movie I'm about to name is, to me, one of the best horror movies I've ever seen in my life. It's low budget. The actors in it are unheard of. It's, you know, it's not a lot of people I know have seen it. I've recommended it to a few people and they've watched it and also loved it. This movie is so well done. and on such a low budget. This movie is proof that you can make a great horror movie with a low budget. Hellhouse Llc. It's on Shudder right now, as well as their sequels. You have to see it if you haven't already and you enjoy horror. It is so great. It is so scary. When I first discovered it, I watched it over and over and over again because it's so enticing to me. It's so good. It's so creepy. And then I like the sequels also, but it's Hellhouse Llc. It's in my heart. I love that movie. I love it. Next, Trick or Treat, Little Sam. I actually just, before I started filming this video, I actually just watched it again. It's a vignette, is it called a vignette or an anthology? It's kind of an anthology, but kind of all the stories kind of weave together. But it's so good. It's a fun watch if you haven't seen it, and it's a fun watch if you have seen it. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it's scary. It's just really, really good movie. It's Anna Paquin is in it. Brian Cox is in it. Gosh, I can't remember that other lady's name, but you know, it's a great movie, and it took a long time for it to be released because it was finished for a while before they released it. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm waiting for this movie. I'm waiting for it. And you know, and I just love Sam in it. He's so cute. So yeah, Trick or Treat. And then this is my #1 all-time favorite horror movie, one of my favorite regular movies. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time. Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween, not Rob Zombie's. I have problems with that movie. I didn't hate Rob Zombie's Halloween, but it didn't have the same nostalgia packed in it like John Carpenter's Halloween. And I just watched that one the other day too. It's just so great. It's great to see like Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie, and then to see everything she's done since then. You know, and I just love that movie. It's just, Michael Myers is so creepy. And he was my first, not horror crush. I don't have a crush on him, but I love him. And he's just so creepy, just his presence, just how he just looks, you know. Like, dude, if you're gonna stab me, just stab me, but don't stand there and creep on me. I can't deal with that. You know, but I love it. I love Halloween. It's so amazing. And I know some people are probably watching this saying, what is she talking about? These are all horrible movies. But this is coming from a horror fan, where most movies I watch are horror. So, yeah. Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween. To me, it's just the greatest movie ever. I love it so much. Love it. And all the other Halloween sequels I'll watch and enjoy as well. But other than Season of the Witch and H2O, I don't get into them as much. Maybe Halloween 2, because it's sort of a continuation of the same night that Halloween takes place. So I would throw that in here with Halloween, just because it makes sense for them to be together. So, but that's it. Those are my, well, now 13 movies to watch for Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. And I hope you take some, you know, watch some of my recommendations if you haven't seen them before, and you do watch them. Let me know what you think. I will talk to everyone later. Thank you very much. Bye.